your lion face, lemon face, ooh.
Yeah.
Unique New York.
Unique New York.
The Human Torch was denied a big loan.
I'm just tired. Hello and welcome to this week's episode of 9 to 5 Nerds with Robert Swathwood, Corey Urkel,
Hello.
and our guest today is Anthony Smith.
What's up?
Anthony Van Smith.
That's right.
Von.
Do you say it Von or Van?
Van. Definitely Van. Yeah, no Von.
Because it could be Von.
Yeah.
Anthony Von Smith.
I don't know what this week's episode is going to be about. I want to talk a little bit of Star Wars title, but last week was our year-end review episode. Something just exploded.
The Nintendo light was on red. Now it's not.
Oh, okay. We're doing this out of my living room this time.
Ooh.
Last week was our year-end review episode, and we talked movies, games, and stuff like that, but we didn't talk at all about 2016 deaths, which could fill a whole episode's worth of material. But, you know, as much as all deaths are sad in a way, two of the big ones that stood out last year were Carrie Fisher and Alan Rickman. Was Alan Rickman last year?
It would probably the first one of the year.
It was last year.
I would have to see a list. But, you know, it's always a sadder death when they die younger. Like, the younger it is, almost sadder. Like, you know, and
yeah, but neither one of them were very
there's
old.
celebrity fame. No, by being 16, I mean...
60's not old anymore.
No, that's what I'm saying. I mean,
yeah.
No, I'm saying 60's young, but
Yeah.
you have 100 celebrities who die a year. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
but what about that kid from
Anton
Star Trek?
Yelkin?
Yeah, that poor
Was
guy.
that this year?
That was 2016.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, and that his is really bad just
That's
because of the way he
sad,
died.
man. Yeah.
You know, getting pinned between his car, and that sucks. And you know that relates. That's relevant to this podcast too, because I mean he's most known for Star Trek. I mean he was in other things like cricket noise.
It was like Alpha Dog, I think, was one.
One of the ones, Charlie
Bucket.
Charlie Bucket.
Charlie Bucket's List.
I saw that movie with him when he played whatever Charlie thing, and there was that movie where he was in love with the girl from Two Broke Girls, Kat Dennings. I can't remember what it's called. I like that movie too, but for me, it's just, you know. I mean, the show's called 9 to 5 Nerds. You know, we're all kind of in that.
But only 9
area.
to 5.
But only 9 to 5. We're gonna check out here. Oh, it's 5:28.
Oh,
Never mind.
Time to take off.
Now we're
hat.
gonna watch football. We all watch football too. Well, I watch football.
We're 5 to 9 bros.
Yeah, 5 to 9. We should start an alternate podcast where we just talk about what we think they're to talk about. No, the first time I really associated with being a nerd was Spider-Man, and I love the Spider-Man cartoons and
Nerd.
stuff. And one of the kids down the street would have me do his chores that he was supposed to do, and in return I would get Spider-Man comics from him. But
That sounds like you was Huck Finn.
yeah, and I was painting a fence. But one of the biggest things of, you know, me being a kid, nobody in my family watched Star Wars, and I don't know how I got into it. I remember going to the AMC down the street from my house and going to see them when they were re-released in theaters. That was one of the first ever things where I was like, oh my god, I love this, and you know, being a fan and being a big part of my life, and you know, that being one of the first bookends in my. You're looking at me like with your asshole face, Corey. Where am I going with this?
That's why I know you sound so morose. It's like you're giving a eulogy to Star Wars.
Well, I'm just.
They didn't die.
Well, we did our year-end review, and I didn't get to talk about how I was sad that, you know, two of the people that were big parts of the nerd franchises that I really like passed away. It sucks. We never talked about it. We skipped like a month and a half of podcast, so I'm doing it now.
No.
It's not like they died that long ago. It was last year.
Continue. Tell us more about your life and what Star Wars meant to it.
Now I don't even want to keep going. It was just sad, you know, and not only was, I mean, obviously the biggest thing Carrie Fisher was ever known for was Star Wars, but, you know, she was good in other things as well.
Like 5 other things.
She
was probably pretty good.
I didn't realize she was so well known for, like, polishing scripts. Like, people would bring her in to just polish dialogue and stuff.
It's an unthankful job.
Yeah.
You don't get credit.
And, you know, if that was the beginning, you know, one of the biggest chapters of me being a nerd is Harry Potter, and I didn't know Alan Rickman for
Die Hard.
For Die Hard. I mean, I've seen Die Hard more recently than I'd care to admit, but
I did Galaxy Quest.
Galaxy Quest was awesome. I love
Dogma.
Galaxy Quest. I almost like Alan Rickman for more things than I like Carrie Fisher. I love Star Wars, but he's Snape. He'll always be Snape. He was the voice of God in Dogma, and he was in Galaxy Quest, and I love all those things.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
I've never seen.
Robot.
And he seems to be, genuinely loved. I mean, every time somebody passes away, you hear mostly the good things about them. You don't hear bad things.
But you hear really good things about him.
But Rickman, I mean, the kids from Harry Potter, when Daniel Radcliffe, I think it was in a play, Rickman showed up without saying anything, and
you want to see that horse fuck?
Yeah, he wanted to see him get fucked by a horse. Wait, what? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Yeah,
you spoiled it.
A boy who loved a horse so much he had the inside of it.
But then there's what was it? Rupert Grint had drawn a picture of them while they were doing scenes and stuff, and when he was a little kid, like in the first or second one, and it was like him as like Snape, basically like a monster teacher or whatever, and I guess he kept that and stuff. And it was just it's neat, and it sucks that we lost two big. Like Kenny Baker passed away too, who's R2D2.
Yeah.
Oh no.
And there's 100 more, but
yeah, there's a lot. But I mean, those.
Did Christopher Lee die this year?
I don't think Christopher Lee died last year.
I think he died the year before.
I think he died
Has
the
it
year
been
before.
that fucking long?
Oh, Robin Williams has been 2 years.
Yep.
Yeah, time flies when you're dead.
Yeah, it's sad. I just wanted to make I wanted to do it in our year in review, but I just wanted to make a little, not a eulogy, but just that it was sad that we lost two people that have been really big, important people in this community of Potterheads and what are Star Wars fans called? Just Star Wars fans? Because like Doctor Who is Whovians, Potterheads.
I don't think you'd call them Jedi.
No, because some people associate with the opposite.
That's right.
A bunch of assholes. Which leads us into our next discussion of the new Star Wars title, but I'm not finished yet.
You're not finished.
No, what are Star Wars fans called?
I don't know.
Because Star Trek is Trekkies.
I don't think there's a shorthand for it. If there is, I can't think of it.
I guess it depends what side you associate yourself with. Because, I mean...
Well, even people that associate with, like Klingons are still Trekkies.
Oh, that's true.
Unless they call themselves Lucas something.
Lukeites?
Yeah, I don't know.
Lukeites. Yeah, but
Star Horse, maybe? I don't know.
I was thinking that too. But those two people were just two big icons in two franchises that I would put in, two of my most favorite things that I'm a fan of. I love Star Wars and Harry Potter. And I've said this on here and recording that I know it's controversial to say, but I like Harry Potter more than I like Star Wars. It might catch up here soon because Force Awakens and Rogue One were both really good movies. But I've said when it was just the 6 Star Wars movies versus the Harry Potter movies that the Harry Potter movies are more consistent than episodes 1 through 6. Mm-hmm. Now, if you were just saying 4, 5, and 6, I couldn't put Harry Potter above that. But Harry Potter's great franchise. And that's going to keep going. I mean, as much as Corey hated Fantastic Beasts, and you can listen to that podcast 3 podcasts ago.
It's great.
Go do it now.
Less plot holes in the movie.
It's still a good movie. But that leads me to my next topic of discussion. A couple days ago, the title for episode 8 came out. You know what it is, Anthony?
Gasp.
You don't have to say it. Don't say it again.
I think I know what it is.
Okay.
Please.
Yes, I do know what it is.
Please.
I remember.
Okay.
Don't say it.
Corey and I work together. I mean, we get paid hundreds of thousands of dollars for this podcast.
So we just work for fun.
We just work for fun at a retail job. But we go out on the road occasionally, and Corey, we basically did 20 questions but he got it in like 8 on what the new Star Wars title was.
Well, you figure, not thematically, but like word-wise, it should fit into like 2 or 3 words if it wants to fit in the Star Wars subtitle.
Well, Return of the Jedi was 4 words.
And there's Revenge of the Sith. So, but it should be kind of concise and have like
To the point.
a noun from the movie. So I whittled it down. I was like, okay, is it three
What do you
words?
think it is, Anthony? Do you know what it is?
I know what it is.
You know 100%?
100%.
I know 100%. But the thing about Star Wars titles is that each word means something. Like, you can't take off one word or it wouldn't make sense. Well, yeah, because technically, I don't want to say it because I know what it is.
Oh, well, if we all know,
if we all know, it's the Last Jedi.
The Last Jedi, yeah.
But Corey got it, and he.
I was like, is there the, obviously, get out of the way.
He said yes.
And I was like, is there a noun or verb? Does one of them have to be a Jedi? Yep. The something Jedi? Yep. I was like, only 2 or 3 guesses later, I was like, Last Jedi? Like, yep. I was like, that's a tight name. Like that name.
I like it
a lot.
I told Corey that I have this vision. I mean, I'm cutting the trailer. I have this vision that the first trailer is going to be like flashes of like small scenes of things, and then black, and it's going to be like Luke talking over about what's going on, maybe having a conversation with yeah. But I thought my microwave was going off. It's going to be Luke talking to Rey about like maybe like the dedication of what it takes to become a Jedi, and it's going to be flashing scenes from the movie, and there's going to be like it's going to be like really dramatic. But
it'd be cool if the teaser trailer's kind of lie where.
I'm hoping it's during Super Bowl, but I mean I know that's way in advance. But Star Wars starts early.
No, it could be possible. Like Episode 7, I think it was the first trailer or teaser where it had the voiceover from what's his name?
Han Solo?
Ben.
Oh.
I think he said it. My father had it. I had it. Or who's narrating that? Actually, I don't
remember.
They were talking about the Force. My grandfather had it. My father had it, and I have it. I thought it was. Yeah, but now I think about. I haven't watched the trailer in a while. I think it was Kylo Ren.
You like the title, Anthony?
I think it's pretty cool. It kind of gives me a new like thought and like perspective on the movie, though. Because who are they talking about? Are they talking about Luke? Are they talking about Rey? Are they talking about Finn, maybe?
Are they talking about Kylo Ren?
Could be, yeah.
Is he a double agent?
Yeah. Is that going to be a quote from the movie? Like, they never said... Did they say The Force Awakens? They did, huh?
Yeah.
It's kind of a funny thing.
They said there's been an awakening.
Okay. Whenever the movie says the title of the movie...
Peter Griffin goes...
Yeah. Is that going to be... Is Luke or somebody going to say, you are now...
The Last Jedi.
And wait for it, close up. The Last Jedi.
Well, obviously...
Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park. No,
they say the title of the movie, right?
Welcome.
That movie isn't called Welcome.
No, Welcome to Jurassic Park. Does Jurassic World 2 come out this year, or is it next year?
I hadn't heard anything. You looked at the top.
We looked it up and it wasn't on there, so...
It probably isn't. I just seen something, the movie come out that I was very surprised. It was, your favorite movie.
World War Z 2?
No, it's your favorite hockey movie.
The Goon?
Making a part 2.
They're making a part 2 of The Goon?
There's promotional pictures.
Does it have both of them in it? I gotta look it up now.
Go to IMDb.
I love
It's called
The Goon.
Goon Harder or something.
You're fucking with me.
No.
You've never seen The Goon?
I've never seen
If it's still on Netflix,
for some
it's
reason,
worth a
I
watch.
clicked on Sean William Scott's name recently.
Oh,
I know
it's the hockey one with
He
Sean.
spelled Sean with 2 N's.
Does he? He does. That's not Sean...
And the top movie on there was post-production. The Goon 2, Goon Harder.
It is not Goon Harder.
It's something.
Last of the Enforcers.
Yeah, that's it. The Last Jedi. The
I
Enforcers.
love that movie. T.J. Miller's in it.
Nice.
I've seen the cast.
Liv Schreiber's in it.
Yep. And
man, that's awesome.
And that's this year, I think. Does that jump to your number?
That would be in my top 5. I loved that movie. Like, that's in theaters for me almost.
I meant to tell you, but I guess I saved it for a dramatic reveal.
Yeah.
Good job, me.
I guess that the Percocet line, I think, was, and that was ad-libbed.
Tony Perkins?
No, the Percocet. He's like, my one rule is, don't take any of my fucking Percocet. My second rule is, do you have any fucking Percocet? It was the goalie. Anyways,
okay.
Anyways, no, man, now you got me excited.
Yeah,
looking
the worst.
Now you're not morose talking about how Star Wars made you have wet dreams.
No, here's what I was gonna say. Like you said, is obviously Luke is a Jedi. He is. It just says 2017. Oh, March.
Wow.
March release in Canada.
Oh. Go to Canada.
American release hasn't been announced.
That's stupid.
But I guess the first one was released the same way. John Wick comes out soon. You guys got me off track. Obviously,
you're getting yourself off track.
Obviously, Luke is the Last Jedi because even if Rey has the capabilities of becoming a Jedi, she's not a Jedi yet. Now, with Carrie Fisher... Oh, man, Carrie Fisher. Anyways, with Carrie Fisher having passed away, obviously, she was supposed to have a big role in Episode 8 and 9, but, they've already said that they're not going to digitally put her in the movie.
Recast.
I'm okay with a recast, but I don't think they're going to do that either. Now...
I'm all about story. If they have to write her out and it doesn't make sense for the fucking story...
Just recast it. I know that's
100%. Probably
an unpopular opinion. Most people are going to say she's it. That's it. But
she's dead. What do you want me to do?
If Luke's the Last Jedi and he's training Rey and Rey becomes a Jedi, that would mean Luke would have to die
or pass on his lightsaber.
Now, I don't think they would kill Han Solo, Luke Skywalker, and Princess Leia in 3 consecutive movies. Or 2 movies.
They killed Han, we killed Leia. What's Luke going to do?
Yeah. So I don't think, maybe it's referring to him as the Last Jedi. Now he's going to train another next generation of Jedi, but that backfired with him with Kylo Ren. I don't know. I mean, obviously none of us know. It's just speculation, but it's kind of cool.
Dick. We don't even know. There could be a whole new villain. Ren could be in the background for a whole movie. You didn't know that.
Yeah, I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility.
We got Smoke and Snoke and whoever else. Some of his pawns. More than Knights of Ren. Jango Fett.
Jango Fett? Oh, well, you were just talking about Django Unchained.
The same Fett.
Yeah. I think Jamie Foxx should play
the Jango
Fett in a Obi-Wan movie with Ewan McGregor.
It would make sense.
Crickets. But did you see that Woody Harrelson has officially been cast in the Han Solo movie, and he's supposed to be like his mentor?
Really?
Yeah, I looked it up. That guy would just it sounded like he would just pick up orphans from different places and use them in his plots to do shit, and he would just beat Han Solo
Oh, he's supposed to be a dick.
Yeah, he's supposed to be a dick.
Oh.
When I was thinking about it, I was thinking, he's gonna be like a drunk pirate guy that's like kind of a fatherly figure that not somebody that just beats him to near death all the time.
Woody Harrelson has survived all these years. He's still making movies like a motherfucker.
Well, he has an interesting career.
He's going to be in the new Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
He's going to be...
Are they ever going to make Zombieland 2?
I wish. I hope. They made a TV show.
They've been trying. They've been trying for a long time, and that's a great movie. I like that movie a lot.
But now Emma Stone's super famous. Lex Luthor.
She comes off as the kind of person that would do it anyways.
I kind of agree, but they would have to check her schedule. She's probably got 20 movies lined up, dude. Lex Luthor, what's the name? Seems like an asshole. And
what do you mean? Because of the Comic-Con thing, or just because?
I've seen a couple supercuts.
Comes off as
him
kind
being
of pretentious,
a dick mostly to
interviewers and stuff.
Yeah.
Who?
Jesse Eisenberg.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think
really?
he genuinely might have a social anxiety disorder, which
just like his character in the Facebook movie?
Which is why he played it so well. Which would explain why he is the way that he is. Emma Stone. Let's see how many movies she has coming up. You ever see Easy A? That was a good movie.
Love that movie.
And the parents in that movie are great.
Yeah.
Oh, she's playing Cruella DeVille in Cruella.
Are they making a live action version of that?
Yeah.
Had you heard about it before?
Now that I said it out loud, I know that I had heard it somewhere.
That seems weird because, if they step away...
That's 2018. Is she going
to have black and white hair? Because that would look weird. Let's do a modern interpretation, but they didn't do that shit for Beauty and the Beast. But then again, there's already been a live action.
She's already scheduled to have
101 Dalmatians.
One movie come out this year.
How are they gonna... Sorry, I'm on a tangent. For Maleficent, they made it look like a good character, and they rewrote some of it. She didn't really want the girl to prick her finger. In fact, but what are they gonna do for Cruella? I didn't really want to skin dogs. I just wanted a new coat.
She's honestly got to be one of the worst villains. She wanted to skin dogs,
puppies, and bash their brains out. It's no joke.
They're
gonna play that in a light, fun way. These would be killer dogs.
The director's a first-time director. It looks like
these dogs have rabies. That's the only reason I want to kill them.
He directed The Rise of Theodore Roosevelt.
That was a good movie.
Which doesn't even have a cast on it.
That wasn't
a release date.
That wasn't that good, actually.
Maybe he's a theater director.
I was just staring at a blank screen.
I was thinking you ever seen Private Parts?
Yeah, Private Parts.
Have you ever seen Howard Stern, Private Parts?
Yeah.
Yes.
When he's talking about, he can't find his cue card, he's talking about the sports store. Did I say that today?
You're talking about the cocks today.
What?
You could say I could say
big cock. You could say big cock, but
yeah.
I can't say big cock, but he can say big cock coming out of my mouth. And no, that's not what I'm talking about.
I'm aware.
When he's talking about the sports store, and he's like, he couldn't find the card for the ad, and he's like, oh, my parents used to take me through there, and we would buy all kinds of stuff, and the prices were good, and it's opening on such and such date, and it's its first location. Like he was just lying.
Yeah, I'm sorry I lied to you. What, you saying that's what I did?
I don't even know where I was going with this. Should we go into an ad?
That's pretty much what you did.
We'll go into an ad for like MeUndies or Blue Apron. That's what every single podcast goes in. We're not getting paid. We're not doing that.
They should be the Tommy Wiseau underwear.
We should do Tommy
Wiseau. Do a plug. If you guys want the most comfortable underwear, if you want to have sex with a navel.
That's what the slogan should be.
Your Johnson will be so long, you could have sex with a belly and...
Keep going.
I don't know.
Keep going.
It can go down all the way.
When you thrust in, it makes chicken noises. Cheep, 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 cheep.
And then flip it over. Hi, doggy.
Did you have a topic, or you want Corey to go?
Corey, go.
What?
Do you have a topic?
Well, we were going to do a quote thing, but it didn't work out.
It didn't work out the way you wanted to?
I was going to talk... Now,
we can talk about it, and we can give you more time down the road to actually make it the way you want.
So, I was going to talk about...
Because if we're going to play a game, it has to be well thought out. That shirt's a little snug there, Corey. Is that a youth me? Oh, it was just tucked in. You see that?
So, I was going to talk about... We've been talking about M. Night Shyamalan lately.
The Split?
Because the Split came out. No.
Have you seen it?
But
no.
A lot of people have given it...
Did you watch the last episode of Lemony Snicket?
No.
You said you were going to, and then you could have recommended it. God.
Oh, you want to...
You never listen in the pre-production meetings. The production meetings.
No, I'm going to talk about something else.
Wait, you have something else?
Well, kind of just going to roll into it.
Okay.
Wish I was invited to the production meetings.
Yeah, right?
The production meeting is like, hey, what do you want to talk about?
Be prepared.
What do you want to talk about today?
I told you earlier. I said, bring a topic. That's the production meeting.
That's it. We don't talk about
One day we'll be super professional where we have production meetings. No scripts.
Stick to script, Robert.
No scripts. And then we'll be able to have a production meeting. I eventually want to get headsets and mics and stuff too. But hey, where were you going, Corey?
Where are you
going?
Fuck you, first of all. So I tried to look it up. I think we've all... Have you seen most of the M. Night Shyamalan movies?
Yeah.
Okay, so...
I think Lady in the Water and Last Airbender are the only two I haven't seen.
Lady in the Water was so weird, but it was so fucking cool. There was this part where... what's the guy's name?
That's the first time I've heard that.
What's the guy's name that played...
Paul Giamatti?
No.
That's the only person I know that's in that movie.
No, he played Luigi in the live action...
John Leguizamo.
Yes, that guy. He plays a character that... He's going through a phase.
I don't want to know because now I think I need to watch it before.
Just let me tell you about this character. It's not going to give anything away.
Okay. It's got a 5.6 out of 10 on here.
It's lukewarm.
Yeah,
if you like the village and that, or you can hate it or love it.
How old was Bryce Dallas Howard when she was in that movie?
1 year older than when she made The Village.
Yeah. She was in that too. I don't even remember.
She was a blind girl.
Oh yeah.
And Joaquin Phoenix was in that. And he was in Signs. He reuses actors sometimes, Robert.
Okay.
Get over yourself. Continue, Anthony.
Oh, so his character basically, he plays this guy that is going through this phase where he's only working out one side of his body, and it looks funny as hell because he's getting like super buff on the left side, but he's just all like skinny on one side. But he plays it off really well, and he ends up having to fight a creature, and he whoops its ass at some point. Yeah. It's really cool.
The movie tries to make sense of how a fairy tale works in real life, and they try to fit these archetypes of fairy tale people into different people live in an apartment complex must be these people. So one's like the writer, one's and it's really weird. And I thought
I have an idea for
overall it fell short.
Yeah, fell a little short, but
I like the monster though. I don't know why.
Which ones?
Okay, I don't want to know.
I don't remember the one, but the one that goes flat.
You know what might be fun?
I thought it was weird.
Do you have any List of Shame movies? Like Corey and I consider a List of Shame like a movie that's considered a incredible movie. Like if you haven't seen Shawshank Redemption, you've seen Shawshank Redemption.
Oh, absolutely.
So like if you haven't seen that, it's on your List of Shame. If you haven't seen Godfather, it's on your List of Shame. Obviously, Lady in the Water isn't on my List of Shame because It's not very well. But I should watch. It'd be fun, like that lady that didn't ever seen Star Wars and tried to talk about it. It'd be fun to watch like the first 10 minutes of a movie, and just from that first 10 minutes and what you know about the movie, try to piece it together and answer questions from the people that have seen the movie. I mean, obviously it would be kind of limited because...
What movie do you want to do that to for yourself?
I could do it from Lady in the Water right now. I mean, not right now, but just, it might be a fun...
I think that's an awesome idea, but not with an M. Night Shyamalan movie, because first 10 minutes, that's actually like... going to take a half hour, 45 minutes just to get anything relatively interesting, probably.
Good. Yeah, you're right. But what are there any movies on your list of shame? Like,
oh man,
like you haven't seen Godfather, have you?
I've seen the first one, but I haven't seen the
second
other
one?
ones. Yeah,
The second one's incredible.
Oh, Goodfellas.
Oh, I fucking love Goodfellas.
I watched.
We have we got a million of these.
Yeah, we actually have to just write them down as they come to pop into our brains. So like, Katrina's never seen Jaws.
Really?
She watched it last night. We watched it last night.
The first one, right?
Yeah. That is overrated.
I love that movie.
She didn't say that. I watched. We watched Dark Places. I usually don't watch a lot of movies, but this week I've watched one each day. We watched Old Boy. You ever seen Old Boy?
No.
It's on Netflix. It's a Japanese movie, and it was on like Corey and I looked at like the top 250 movies on IMDb or something, and that was on there. So I watched it.
Have you ever seen Cool Hand Luke?
I haven't.
No.
That's a good movie, like an older movie, but that's a good one.
I'd like to see it.
Corey's seen most of the older movies. I haven't seen a lot of older movies. I was reading things on Rocky today, and I guess Charlie Chaplin and Elvis were such big fans of Rocky, they both invited him to their personal houses to watch it with him, and he didn't take him up on the offer.
Oh,
one who had to go to Britain, right?
Yeah,
I would have done it. That'd be cool.
Huh?
Yeah, and I thought that was kind of neat.
Back then, he wasn't a nobody, right?
Yeah, he was. He wasn't much of anything.
We're talking about Rocky because Robert hasn't seen First Blood.
I haven't seen First Blood. I'm going to watch First Blood this weekend for the first time.
And have you seen First Blood?
No.
Are you in the same boat? Do you know what First Blood is?
No.
It's the first Rambo movie before Rambo.
First Blood was just called First Blood.
Before Rambo? Okay, no, I've never seen it. I've seen Rambo.
And then they called the second one just Rambo 2.
Okay.
So there's no Rambo 1 in technically.
Oh, then I don't know what I'm talking about then.
Which one have you seen? The one where he goes and rescues people from like Vietnam?
Yes.
That is Rambo 2.
Oh, okay. I guess that's the only
one. And I always thought...
I've never seen a Rambo movie.
This doesn't make sense to me, but I always thought it was a prequel, what took place when he was... But apparently it took place after Rambo, First Blood, which is weird considering the ending. But then again, it's been a while since I watched...
ever seen Commando?
2 and 3.
I've never seen Commando.
You've never seen Commando?
No.
See, I'm more of an Arnold guy.
So am I, but I've never... I mean, I've seen...
You would fucking have a hoot watching Commando.
Yeah.
Like, by the end of it, it's just like, there's no fucking stopping this.
It might be fun to watch older movies that we haven't seen and do reviews on them afterwards.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you have such a... If you watch something as a kid... Like, I watched Army of Darkness a lot. Not that I was a little kid when it came out, but I watched it a lot. And having somebody watch it now, I tried to get Brian to watch it, and he could just not get into it.
There is, like, some bad acting in there.
Yeah, I understand.
It's campy as fuck.
But
it's just so good.
That's a nostalgic movie for me, because I used to watch that a lot when I was younger.
Katrina watching Jaws, she's like, I can tell, she said, it's a good movie, and I liked it, but you could tell it's kind of hard watching it now for the first time.
In 1976 or whatever it came out?
Man, I
People
loved it in 1976.
People weren't going the fucking water. That was the first summer blockbuster.
Was it?
That's like, I've heard before, that's what started the summer blockbuster.
But it's just like... It's hard getting somebody to watch a movie for the first time now because things are so dated.
Yeah.
And the quality in just film has gone up so much that sometimes it's hard.
Some movies hold up over time. That's what makes them classics.
I understand. And I mean, that's how video games are too. That's why you can still go back and play like Super Mario Brothers and stuff. Mm-hmm. And the top 5 movies on IMDb's list are Shawshank Redemption, Godfather, Godfather 2, Dark Knight is number 4, and 12 Angry Men.
I've never seen 12 Angry Men.
I haven't either.
I mean, in real life, yeah, but not in...
It's funny it's that high up, 12 Angry Men. Good movie. All takes place, except for the last shot, in one room. It's 12 jurors deliberating on a murder. And 11 of them...
You've seen Seven Samurai, right?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
Love that
probably
movie.
haven't seen it.
11 of them think the guy's guilty, and one has doubts, and he just wants to talk about it. 1 becomes 2, 2 becomes 3... The other 9...
La La Land's 28.
Wow.
You guys ever seen Six String Samurai?
Yes, I own it.
Oh, yeah.
He does, too.
Why do you like? Did you watch it together, you guys?
No, I must have watched. I watched it with Robert. I don't know why I asked that
Okay,
question.
because me and Robert talked about it. It's like
It's not many people have seen it.
It's the most vague movie that we both have seen and have loved. I watched on TV. I remember loving that movie. First movie I bought on DVD when I got my first paycheck.
Nice.
I couldn't find it for the longest time because like Best Buy didn't have it, Suncoast didn't have it.
This was Amazon, which existed, I guess, in 2005.
I got it from Barnes and Noble's DVD section. They don't even have a DVD section anymore, I don't think. That's where I got it. And it was just, I think I paid $27 for it.
Jesus.
I haven't seen it in a good long time.
Better been like the collector's edition or something.
It was like one of the cheapy little... I'm trying to find where Old Boy is on this list of movies. You guys continue to talk. I am checked out.
Well, what was I getting at? So...
M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah, M. Night Shyamalan. And I want to talk about, like, misleading...
Princess Mononoke's on here. You haven't seen that, huh?
No.
Okay.
Misleading trailers.
Old Boy, number 67 on the top movies of...
100. I'll have to watch it.
It was interesting. It was interesting. Do you want to know the synopsis, since I'm cutting Corey off?
So if you're just going to keep cutting Corey off, I guess.
No, it's good. Keep it going.
The synopsis?
Well, if you want to tell him.
A guy
Piece of
gets
shit.
not arrested, but he basically gets kidnapped and imprisoned for 15 years, and he doesn't know why. And then one day he wakes up and he's out, and he had like a bedroom, and like he had a small like studio where he was, and they would feed him every day, and they gassed him every night to go to sleep.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, and he saw on TV that he was framed for his wife's murder.
Oh no!
And his daughter, they don't know where she is. She was, I think, like 2 or 3 at the time when he got. She was 3 when he got kidnapped, and then he wakes up and he's out, and he's trying to figure out why he was in prison for 15 years. Mm-hmm. But he Corey knows it because there's a really famous fight scene in it, and I saw the fight scene in the movie, and I was like, yeah, that's not even that good.
I guess now it's like a lesser form of one of the Daredevil fight scenes.
Oh, okay.
But it's been a while since I've watching it, but I remember thinking, that's legit. It's like, I don't think it's one long... It wasn't one long take?
I think it was, yeah. The thing is like when he's in there, he doesn't have anything to do, so he watches boxing matches and like kung fu and stuff, and he teaches himself how to fight.
Oh, is that an explanation?
So, yeah, one of the reasons...
It seemed like he had durability compared to the other guys.
One of the times when he gets out, right when he gets out, he meets like 5 kids, not kids, they're like teenagers and stuff, and he's like, I wonder if all this training translates into real life. And he like beats the shit out of 5 kids, and he's like, yeah, it translates.
That's a high-rated movie, just that idea?
Well, I think what it is it's just, there's nothing else like it. It's so different than anything else. When I'm watching it, I kind of compared it to The Count of Monte Cristo, and that's actually referenced in the movie.
Never seen it.
And I think that's I like that movie a lot. Have you ever seen that?
Is.
The Count of Monte Cristo? It's a guy that is imprisoned wrongfully. Anyways, but no, it was an interesting movie. I think Japanese movies are just a little different. They don't flow the same way, and the culture's not the same, so it's different. Yeah. He fucking eats a live octopus in it. He bites the head off an octopus. It's weird. Sorry, Corey. To go back to what you were talking about, M. Night Shyamalan.
Rewind that. So we were talking about earlier. Like, I would never trust an M. Night Shyamalan movie because of misleading fucking trailers.
No, Split is supposed to be.
Yeah, but as much as we've said over the last few months, Split looks good, and I said I'm never gonna go trust because I got burned with. I remember the first teaser trailer for Avatar: The Last Airbender. I was like, dude, I'm fucking sold on that.
Oh man, that movie sucked.
Oh god, doesn't it?
What movie?
Avatar: The Last Airbender.
I didn't. I'm not into it, so I didn't.
It did not do the show justice one bit. Not in it.
So there was that trailer, and then I was thinking, here's another perpetrator, but there's a couple other movies and stuff I was going to get to that have done that, where the trailer sells you. I mean, for one, Suicide Squad. The trailer fucking sells you, or Batman vs Superman, Man of Steel. All those trailers are pretty epic, and then movies kind of a letdown. I was like, wasn't as advertised, per se.
So, Watchmen?
Kind of like
Rogue One. I don't want to say everything from Zack Snyder, but yes.
Watchmen is one of the best trailers ever.
It's a good movie, but it's an amazing trailer.
Yeah, it's an amazing trailer. The trailer's an A+. The movie for me is like a B. Oh, God, Dead Island. Did you play Dead Island?
Fuck yeah, I played Dead Island. That game's awesome.
The game's okay.
I love that game.
But the trailer, did you ever see the trailer?
Yeah, the trailer is...
With the little girl?
The, polish on Dead Island is not very good. It's functional. It works. The leveling up mechanic, and you had to play the game twice to get max slow. It just felt a little janky. The online cut out a lot for me. And overall, it didn't look...
It was fun when we all played together.
There's no emotion. The voice acting was absolute fucking horse shit.
Yeah.
Some of the cutscenes looked unfinished. Granted, I beat the game 1.5 times. I had fun, but that trailer fucking sold the game to me legitimately from the first second.
I remember where I was when I saw that trailer for the first time.
You showed it to me.
Did I?
Yeah, in the roll call gauge.
Oh.
So I don't know where you watched it.
Well, maybe did I? Well, then I remember where I showed Katrina for the first time.
Okay, but so that was another trailer that. So one reason I bring that up, even video game wise, is EA's so untrustworthy. Lately, they make really good games. Did I say EA? Is it EA? It's not EA. It's Ubisoft. Ubisoft. The next game I wanted to buy that was going to be an online game, talking with a guy who wanted to play maybe, was Ghost Recon Wildlands.
Is this Fabian?
No, this is Jose, because he plays online games all the time.
You're going to play with Jose?
Theoretically, I said that
he's lying to you. He doesn't even know
He
the
wants
system.
me to play Destiny and this and that. And that. I said, dude, I don't have time for all that shit. Tell you what.
Okay, Vic. Inside jokes on the podcast that nobody would ever understand.
No, it's online games. I can play an MMO. I can go buy one, but that'll take up all my time. For 2000, was it 15?
You should play ESO.
Yeah, that's why I don't do that.
No, you should play Battlefield 1 with me. It's really
That's what he wanted me to play with. I'm like, dude, I would play it for so much that I have to curb which games on my online games. I got a whole backlog of games I want to beat.
Come on, dude, you can use my Gamers Club 20% off.
I got it too.
Oh, nice.
So I just seen the first, not really first gameplay, but first real unedited gameplay of Ghost Recon, which I've wanted to play now for a year. I thought it looked awesome. Open world, player co-op in Mexico. Spec Ops guy. It looks so. It reminds me the last SOCOM game. It just looks to me. I watched about 5 minutes of it, but it looked way less than advertised. I want to say horse shit. The game could be fun. Looked like horse shit. And Ubisoft did that with fucking the first trailer for Watch Dogs. Looked amazing. It looked 10 times worse. What's another game? The Division. The first trailer they had was fucking amazing. It looks okay. A couple other things. I don't know. I don't think they're the ones who made... What's another horrible one was...
I'll give you the most polished version to begin with. It's like a teaser.
Rainbow Six. The first trailers for that were amazing. The game looks okay.
Yeah.
It's they keep selling... So this is misleading trailers.
You know who doesn't do that?
I will never watch an M. Night Shyamalan movie without seeing a review. I'll never buy an Ubisoft game without seeing a review because...
But you would buy a Naughty Dog game blind.
100%. There's some people who fucking show...
When was the last time Naughty Dog let you down?
Hideo Kojima shows off real shit, and Naughty Dog shows off live gameplay shit. They don't fuck around and trick you.
When I saw the Last of Us 2 trailer, granted it's none of its gameplay.
That one's CG.
I'm just oh my god.
Yeah, me too.
But
there's a game that came out for the for the PlayStation VR that actually looks really cool. I'm not into the whole VR thing.
You can play the new Resident Evil game VR.
I don't want to though.
I'd probably shit my pants.
Yeah, me too. But I love that scary shit. There's a game that came out for VR called Rigs, which is basically you get in this giant mech suit and you fight other mech suits, and it just looks cool the way that because it's you're actually in the suit and you get to roll.
Is this a PlayStation VR?
Yeah, PlayStation.
They say it's really
VR
comfortable for people with glasses.
Yeah, that's. I just don't know if I could spend that kind of money on.
What is it, $400?
It's $500 if you don't have
the Move.
Yep, for
and
the Move
camera.
and a camera.
So, and I just looked at it the other day. It is the most comfortable headset, they said, out of all of them, and it's the cheapest one. But some shit sounded fucked up. To have that VR headset, you're going to have sensors that track which way your head's turning. That's how they tell which way your face is moving, I guess. Instead of just gyroscopics. I guess that tells you the tilt, but not the left and right. So they used the PlayStation camera to read 4 sensors on it. So your field of view, if you turn any more than, say, 90 degrees, the camera can't tell you turning anymore, and the game will just, freeze, I guess, where it's at. So compared to the other two ones, the Rift and something else,
the HTC,
which have 360, you can't look more than one way. So if you hear something behind you, it's not.
You're fucked.
No, because you have to move the controller.
You have to do the controller.
Okay.
So it takes you out of it a little bit. I heard it's telling me. Same thing, because you're holding the move things. If you want to grab something off the ground, your thing can't go out of camera view. So your arms usually have to stay within here, and you can't block your face with it. So I was like, because something came out, I was like...
It'd be nice if they had more demos so you could actually try it out.
Yeah. I was like, thinking this. I seen somewhere it had a sale on VR, so I was like, I wonder what it costs. And I looked, and then I read a review on it. This was like a week and a half ago, and I was like, fuck, I'd rather just get a Rift, I guess. No, if that ever becomes cheap, I'm not buying it for $800 to play some little party game.
We had when we did our year in review, we did the most anticipated games of this year, and I couldn't think of one because I just don't play as many games. But the Spider-Man Insomniac game is my number one for this year.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
It's not supposed to come out till December.
I just bought an Insomniac game yesterday.
What did you buy?
I'll pick it up tomorrow. You probably got a Best Buy coupon in the email. No,
I don't pay attention to that.
It's $10. It expired today or tomorrow or something. And I looked, what games are cheap? And I recently seen like a gameplay clip of the last Ratchet and Clank game that came out, 2016.
So you bought Ratchet and Clank?
It was a remake of the original, but for PS4.
Okay.
But like, it looked really good and really funny. And I was like, you know what? I've never played one. I wanted to. Insomniac made it. It was $17, or maybe it was $19, but I had Gamer Club plus $10 off. So
nice,
no brainer.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm gonna buy that shit. It'd be my first. I never owned a Ratchet and Clank, Jack and Daxter, I feel like, or Sly Cooper, and those were pretty 3 kind of big franchises.
Yeah.
I owned all
never
the
played
Jack
them.
and Daxters.
Oh, 1, 2, 3, and
even the racing
one.
Yeah.
Did that just end after that?
It just ended after that. Yeah, they made.
Because Naughty Dog went on to Uncharted, I guess.
Yeah,
it's cool. And
it's a bummer.
Well, I think Naughty Dog is gonna. I mean,
I hope they're done with Uncharted as Nathan Drake as a character.
I could see them moving on to his brother.
That'd be okay, but they did play and you know what happened to everybody. So they explained
it's very cool.
His brother did nothing for at least the next 11, 13.
It's just hard for them to walk away from something that's so.
Jack and Daxter.
Yeah, I guess.
But they're already making that one little tie-in with Elena, not Elena.
So do you think
the girls?
So if Uncharted is done, Last of Us obviously isn't because they're coming out with a second one. Do you think they'd be a new?
I would love a new franchise from that.
New franchise?
That'd be sick.
It was sad beating Uncharted 4 because it did feel like the end.
And well, they had that 20-minute long where he plays the daughter.
Uh-huh.
That's such a great closeout.
It is.
Send it.
It really is.
Because she's
Did you beat
reminiscing.
I don't own it.
Oh.
I never played it.
Did you play any of the Uncharted's?
Yeah, I think I played Uncharted.
Did we just spoil something?
No, if you only play the second one, then I have the collection.
Because the character in game reminisces about his adventures the same way you as a player did.
Yeah.
I was like, that's cool. That's sad. That's like Toy Story 3 ending.
Yeah. Uncharted is one of my favorite series.
If we had a ranked series ever, oh yeah, that'd be top 3.
All right, this is just I've been thinking about this. Ratchet and Clank or Jack and Daxter.
I haven't played either one of them.
Well, now that I said the same thing. So,
which one do you think? What do you think's better, Ratchet and Clank or Jack and Daxter?
To be honest,
Ratchet and Clank, I would have to say.
From the outset, that's what I would pick. Only because I've seen how funny the game looks to be with the.
Not to mention that has expanded into other things such as movies and things.
It seems like it has more of a comical
I'd say
sense.
Skylanders.
And then the weapons just seem fun to use. Jack and Daxter, I wasn't sure. Like I don't know if it takes itself seriously or what. I have no idea.
Oh, it's
if you play both, you can tell us.
It's very comical in the same sense. But I think Jack and Daxter. I would pick Jack and Daxter over Ratchet and Clank just because I had more fun with it. And there's different games. Like it kind of the first one was really cool, kind of more basic, and then 2 he grows up a little more, and then it actually kind of turns into almost like a what's the word? What was that game?
I don't know.
Grand Theft Auto, because it gives you like the mini map, and it totally opens up the world, and you can run around and you get different guns and stuff, and then you still have Daxter, and you're just.
I think it's funny that we both said that. 9 times out of 10, I would choose Naughty Dog over Insomniac. As good as Insomniac is, they're not touching usually Naughty Dog.
No. And that's why, I mean, until Rocksteady came around and started making Batman games weren't thought to be.
They were okay. They went to Superman 64, but they didn't blow anybody away.
I'm hoping with Insomniac making. I've liked Spider-Man games in the past. The Ultimate Spider game, and I liked it a lot. Like I played it a lot, and when you could switch it to Venom, that was good. But now that Insomniac, who's got a pretty good reputation, is making a Spider-Man game, and they just had that. They had a trailer for it. It was just it wasn't any gameplay or anything. Yeah. But you have to assume that a Spider-Man game is going to be open world. You like that one Spider-Man game with Carnage at the end?
Oh,
Dr.
Octopus?
Octopus.
That game was awesome. It was so cool. Another one was, I think, was it Marvel Ultimate Alliance when you could play up to 4 people and it had like that one was cool.
I beat both of those. Did they have a third one or was it just 2? The second one was Civil War.
I don't remember
the second one was Civil War, and you could split off at one point and be either Iron Man or Captain America.
I miss games like that. And then there was like X-Men Legends.
They don't have any. Yeah, there was a whole like genre of 4-player like I don't know if you call them beat 'em ups, but at least top down like RPGs.
It wasn't like it was a weird angle because it wasn't top down.
It was like 3/4.
Yeah, it was, but it was a weird angle.
But I mean, a lot of games. I don't even think
there
like
some camera
Baldur's
issues in
Gate is like 3/4. Diablo's really high up, but
ooh, you know that Diablo 3 is getting some original classes this year from Diablo 2. So Necromancer and I know you didn't play that as much as.
Have you ever played it yet?
James and I.
I played Diablo 2 quite a bit, a lot more than any of the other ones.
I think they're bringing the Necromancer in and bringing in the Barbarian maybe, and then they're adding 2 new classes. I've only played the first act of Diablo 3. I haven't played any further. We were going to play more, Katrina and I, but we decided that we were going to wait until the Necromancer came out, the new pack came out, because I wanted. That's my shit.
Oh yeah, dude.
I wish more games like that came out. 'Cause I remember playing split screen. It was Dark Alliance.
Yes.
Like those Veda games. For one, never take away split screen. Like don't do the newest Halo shit and abandon it. It's at least I think to me. I don't know about most of the consumer base. Is such an important aspect. Like single television co-op, but. Especially, like, all those games. I wish they made another X-Men. I guess the Lego games are the closest thing you're going to get to, like, a co-op Avengers game or, X-Men game.
They have a new... It's not a new term for it, but it's couch co-op, I think it was called.
Yeah, I think that sounds right.
I think that's what it's called, because, you could sit with your friends on the couch instead of sitting in different places.
Yeah.
And I like that, a lot, because it's something Katrina and I can do together, and that's why we bought Diablo 3. Because it is one of the few. It's a loss. They don't do it as much anymore. Yeah. It sucks.
You haven't played first person. Like it's funny. Old consoles did it more often. Like first person shooters or some games we play all the time. Like co-op. I'm trying to think of one, but I can't. Like one of the Medal of Honors, one of the shitty ones.
The split screen.
Rising Sun or whatever. We play that all the time. Just co-op. Maybe kids don't do it nowadays as much anymore. But I don't know how they can track that. I think everybody would want that.
Split screen on some of the Lego games is epic too, because it isn't just all. Sometimes it'll rotate.
I remember Lord of the Rings did that, and I like that.
It's neat because it'll adjust.
The screen split in different ways. It's not just horizontal and vertical.
Yeah, it'll split the best way for the camera angle.
Yeah, I remember liking that.
It's super cool.
But fuck, what's the last co-op game besides Diablo? I guess you played.
That Katrina and I played.
Or I played Rocket League with some friends.
Yeah,
on the same couch.
Rocket League.
Yeah.
Okay, that works.
Rocket League's fun, but I've never played on the same.
I guess Resident Evil for me.
I played Resident Evil. Which was the one you were Chris Redfield? Was it 5?
Well, you do that in 5 and 6.
I beat that with Eric.
I guess so, yeah.
I beat that with Eric. That was before Oliver was born.
That game is so much fun, but the only thing I don't like about how Resident Evil did it is it wasn't like full split screen. It was like.
There's that block, yeah. They made it perfectly square, like the same aspect ratio.
Was that the one with the alligators? You could fall in the water?
I hardly remember alligators, but it probably was. But that's one you played. You didn't play 6.
It had the speedboat?
Yeah, 5.
Okay.
You did not play 6. So
okay, then I didn't play 6.
6 was it was alright.
You and Brian played Destiny a little bit.
Yeah, I played the shit out of Destiny.
It was fun. I just don't have time.
Yeah.
I would love to, but I find time for Fallout. I found time to beat Arkham Knight. I was telling Anthony on the way over here, I'm having a hard time getting engaged in Skyrim. I know once I get going, I will. But, I did the one quest, and I was like, this is fun. And but I'm like, with Arkham Knight...
Dude. You haven't even leveled up any of the classes yet, man.
When I'm playing Arkham Knight, I could jump in. It's engaging. I wanted to know who Arkham Knight was.
And you can do it in short spurts, that.
Exactly. Uncharted, I could jump in. With Fallout, I'm just already invested in the whole thing.
You're sold already.
Yeah. Which is funny because I didn't have time when I started. Well, that's not true. When I started playing Fallout 3, Parker was just born, and he would sleep on me while I was playing. I don't have time to get invested the way.
You have to relearn all the lore. Do you even know, when you hear the lore in Skyrim, you're like, who the fuck are they talking about?
Well, yeah. It's like we were talking about earlier,
what the Daedric motherfucking god? I don't know. What's Azura?
Is the nostalgia of certain games, if, when... Katrina watched Jaws, it wasn't that like, it's that nostalgic feel. You know, she wasn't completely sold on it. And that's kind of rolls back to that same.
But I played.
You played Oblivion.
I played Oblivion for probably like 40 or 50 hours.
You talked me into buying an Xbox.
Yeah, and I played that, and I liked it. But what's funny is I liked Fable more than I liked Oblivion.
It's funny. I was like saying I like the casual game more than the hardcore game. Fable is a great game, but it's literally
casual, dude. You could affect everything in the game.
That's what the guy would tell you. And like, if another thing, a guy who actually, like, just like an M. Night Shyamalan, or whatever, tricks you with. I can't remember the guy's name, who the head of Lionhead Studios, whatever his name. He's very prolific, but every time he made a Fable game, he'd talk about how it's going to be the deepest RPG you've ever seen. Like,
I don't know if I didn't play Fable 3. I don't.
You plant a seed and you can watch it grow into a tree. That's not how it works. It's like there's a kid you and this adult you, and it has like Ocarina of Time like changes. You could do this in the past and in the future. It's changed, but it's not like.
Well, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like buying real estate and.
That was part 2, right?
Yeah.
That was part 1. You did it too. I do like. Oh, it was because you could kick people out of their house and like, and then kill them, and their house is for sale and buy it.
You could marry people. You could. Yeah. You could do it. It was stuff like that. Well, James and I played 2-player and he made us so bad. I'm never bad in games. It took me forever to bring my reputation back up to.
I was like, the RPG element was very light, though. The combat was pretty simplistic. It was when you run around, it's kind of like Kingdom Hearts style, where it's just on the fly.
Yeah.
Like Skyrim, there's people who get into the fucking numbers and crunch, and the storyline is 50,000 pages long. Fables know that, but I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Fables are a fine game. I never played 3.
I didn't play 3 either.
We both played 2 though.
But to me, as far as obviously I haven't played much of Skyrim, but Oblivion doesn't fucking even come close to anything that Fallout was. To me, Fallout 3.
It's funny. I loved Oblivion. I loved Fallout 3. Loves
New
Vegas. And then Skyrim.
I liked Oblivion. Fallout is one of the last day franchise releases for me. It's like, if the game comes out, I'm buying it that day. Like, I was pissed because I bought the deluxe edition of Fallout and it didn't get here the day it's supposed to. Yeah, I bought another copy to play it until my copy came, and then
That's the only reason I have Fallout.
I would do the same with Skyrim if another one came out.
Absolutely.
But like, Last of Us is a day one release for me.
Yep.
Any Uncharted game and Fallout, and that's it for me. Maybe
Kingdom Hearts is like that for me too. I was actually almost really disappointed. I almost didn't get it on the first day because we had one copy left and I couldn't find it. And I finally found it, and it was the last one, and I was super stoked.
Nice.
It's pretty good so far. The mechanics are a lot better. A lot better.
I'm going to play through all the Uncharted games because Katrina got me the collectors.
That's what I don't want, because I felt like I would have to do it.
Well, after beating the 4th one, I wanted to go back and
relive some of the memories. It's weird going back, though. You're going to find out you miss a lot of things from the 4th one. Like, as polished as the first one was at the time, it's probably missing a lot of shit that you could do in the 4th.
Well, even just like after I beat Uncharted, I was like, I'm gonna go play Last of Us again, and I beat Last of Us,
and it feels like it's stilted.
Even though the game was fucking incredible to look at, it was just like after Fallout 4, you're like, this is fucking garbage.
I tried to go through Last of Us on grounded mode, and it was just so excruciatingly difficult. Like, I got to the snowy part, and I just couldn't progress, and I was.
I played
on hard, but that was it.
I haven't beat a game 2 times through since Super Nintendo. Wow. This is the first game I've went through a second time since Super Nintendo.
Did you have any wish to go back and play like Fallout 3 again? New Vegas? Would you ever?
I would love to. It's just there's so much time involved.
If they released a remaster of Skyrim,
I would buy it.
That's fine. Okay. You see, I would not, just like Skyrim. It's one of those remasters where it's like, cool if you never played it, but if you have, you can avoid it. That's the way I look at it.
I wouldn't mind. Probably not for Fallout 3, but I wouldn't mind playing New Vegas again. I don't think I did enough stuff. Like,
really?
I beat Fallout 4. I bought the expansions. I beat Far Harbor. I spent a ton of time in Far Harbor. I probably spent 20 hours just in Far Harbor.
That's funny.
And I started Nuka World, but then I got Skyrim, so I'm going to play Skyrim, then I'm going to go back.
You got a lot of games you're playing right now, Robert.
Nuka World. Well, I beat Fallout 4 already, but I've put over 100 hours into it. I know that's not what you did, but for me, that's a lot.
Diablo.
Well, that's my multiplayer game. I've always had one multiplayer and one single player going at the same time.
That's kind of what I'm doing with Battlefield 1 and Kingdom Hearts right now.
Yeah, it's fun to have 2 games going. If I get any more, I won't come back to stuff. And as much as I'm complaining about Skyrim, I am going to play into it. I just haven't had time lately.
That's cool. I love Skyrim. Great game.
I could play Skyrim anytime.
I was a thief.
I can't wait to see you guys have Oops Babies. And then...
Oops Babies?
Yeah, Oops Babies.
Poops,
Oh, God.
Poops babies.
Oh, I was like, I hope I don't have any just baby pops up oops, you know? Like, I don't want
Yeah, because then you'll see how much time you have. And it sucks. I mean, as a gamer, as a dad, it's awesome.
Where are your children now, Robert?
In the basement.
Oh.
We don't have a basement.
There's no basement yet.
I made one of the biggest mistakes I've ever made as a gamer and a gamer who has kids was Skylander Giants was like 85% off at Target. It was like $18, I think. And I was like, oh, maybe Parker will like it. It was when he was like 3. And now I have Spyro's Adventures, Skylanders Giants, Skylanders Supercharger, Skylanders Trap Team, Skylanders Swap Force. And oh my god, I have at least $1,000 worth of Skylanders. I mean, that's saying buying over 5 systems, multiple kids playing. Now Oliver's playing through Skylander Giants on his own. It's just, it's a lot. But like even they play with them as figures too, not just as toys for the video games. And pieces break off, but they still work for the games.
Break off like the bottom.
As long as you don't break off the bottom or drop them in water. So I mean, it's been a big investment, but they've played like Parker's playing through Imaginators the second time. He's beat the last 2 games by himself without me at this point. The thing is, as long as you have a ton of Skylanders, if you die, you just put another Skylander on. Yeah. And the next game, you can use any of the characters from the previous game.
Yeah, they did it right.
But the previous game, you can't use any from the next game. Mm-hmm. So every game going forward, so I can use figures. And like, at Toys R Us this week, or last week, Skylanders Imaginators, which is the new one, was buy one, get one free.
And you buy all the Disney ones.
The next week, anyone from any previous game was buy one, get 2 free.
Nice.
So if you wanted any of the figures from Giants or any of the other previous ones, you could get 3 figures for the price of 1. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's legit. When does that end?
They're still
like they're gonna make money forever. So legitimately, how many different ways
they beat out Disney? I mean,
Disney Infinity went down.
Which was sucked because it was fun.
I think Disney must have lost their own game at some because how do you not make money on that? There's a market.
I don't know.
I mean, it's Nintendo who doesn't sell that much. They still got amiibos.
What's cool is you can there'll be Oliver wanted this. He got money to Toys R Us, and there was this 3-pack, and the 3-pack came with a figure. You see those little crystal things? You make your own figure, which is the Imaginator part, and then another thing, and then the thing you put on there, it was a whole new level. So, I mean, you can buy more levels now too, so that's kind of cool. So the game keeps expanding. Well, I thought it was neat of the newest one. Nobody cares on this podcast about Imaginators or Skylanders, but do you know who Skylander Boy and Girl are?
No.
Do you know who they are?
From you talking about them.
You know who YouTubers are? Mm-hmm. Skylander Boy and Girl are a YouTube channel, and they have a ton of subscribers. And they do songs, and they do all kinds of stuff about Skylanders. The Skylander dad did a rap, and it's the closing credit scenes for the actual Imaginators game. So I thought that was kind of cool.
That is cool.
Parker freaked out about it.
How's your YouTube channel going?
It's not up yet. Don't talk about it. You're lucky Parker's not here. I'd smack you across the mouth for that comment.
Why? Would he get mad at you?
He's been asking for 3 weeks. I haven't set up the YouTube channel yet. We have the videos, but we haven't set them up.
You have a YouTube channel. I mean, sign in, don't you?
Yeah, but we're making him his own YouTube channel.
He just has to have email, right?
Well, we just do it off of Katrina's email because she doesn't have a YouTube channel.
Okay.
I think it's going to be Parker's Corner or Parker and Oliver's something. But we have one video, but he's going to have to... I told him you got to do your own thing, not copy other people's catchphrases. So we'll see.
Oh, yeah.
And he's going to want to record video of gameplay.
I looked into that. You can it's cheap, too. There's programs that are actually cheap.
PlayStation, you can live stream like Eric.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the picture-in-picture thing, where it's your face.
Oh, like Twitch?
Is that what that is?
I think so. It's like your face in the top right corner, and then you play the game.
I don't think that's solo to Twitch, but that is what most people do. Most gamers, they have the camera facing them and the gameplay.
Well, I was looking at different programs and stuff, and it's fairly cheap to do. Is Twitch free?
I don't know.
The program I was looking at is called something, I can't remember what it's called, but it was
I think Twitch is a site you upload and do stuff.
It was $4 for this program per month, and the longer you booked it for, the cheaper it was. So I think I could get 6 months for $18, and it's a program that runs that where you can play games and
that's pretty cool.
Interesting.
So it's like for $20 for 6 months, I'll see if Parker wants to do it.
Yeah.
And if not, then it just goes away. And if he does, then he can do it. I said, I'm not editing no fucking videos. I already edited a goddamn podcast. And
his would be much more involved.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, you get one take.
You know, that might be like legit if you like that. Like I used to fuck around on my computer with Windows Movie Maker and stuff and try to make like stupid videos. Like if he actually got into that and you got him like a video editing program and he edit.
If he did it himself, that'd be a skill.
Like that would be such a useful thing. Like that could be a career. You know, eventually. Yeah. If he just
if he keeps interested in it, I'm going to let him do it. I'm going to encourage his interests. I'm not going to squash him and be like, play football.
Get some of that YouTube money.
That'd be, I mean, if he was a kid, you know, if he's a teenager and he's doing it himself, and he can keep his money. But if he's an 8-year-old kid and he's doing it and his money's going into the bank, I'm not going Macaulay Culkin and stealing this kid's money. But
how much would you take off the top?
Me?
15%?
No. I mean, if I'm editing it.
You gave him everything to hook him up, dude.
I'm not taking the kid's money.
You gotta reimburse.
I'll be like, hey, Parker, do you want Disneyland passes right now?
He's not 18. He's not supposed to have a YouTube account. So you hold that over and like take a little off the top.
No, I'm not doing that. That's
strong.
We're stopping that now because we're.
Wait, you've been doing this?
Yes. No. No comment. I plead the fifth.
Listen, there's 2 reasons you have kids. One, because you want to raise a family, you love them. The other, to make that money, dollar. Bitch.
Nice. All right, that'll be
do it.
No.
15%. That's not.
You got 2 kids. Love one, make the other a work slave.
And then you can have Oliver beat the shit out of people in UFC classes, and then you'll make even more money.
Yeah, Oliver is just okay. That's gonna be this week's episodes. That's man, I don't know what episode we're on. I don't list them on the podcast anymore because I was behind like 3 episodes. I think it's 25.
Jesus Christ. Are you serious?
Well, we're going to start doubling stuff up, and these are going to start coming out more frequently. Do you have Saturday night off?
I do not. I close.
What time is that?
9:30.
Tell us more.
I'm down to...
We have... Our next podcast is going to be drawing movie franchises out of a hat, and you have to argue whichever one you get against whichever one the next person gets.
Arguing which one's better?
Yeah.
Okay,
Even if you get, like, Twilight against Lord of the Rings. But we're doing it on Saturday.
If you guys wait, I'm down.
I'll talk to...
Sunday we're doing an in-depth discussion about Trump's first week in office. You should really be there for that.
Oh, I'm down, dude.
I feel
we're not doing that on here.
I feel like we're going to enlighten a lot of people how
our country is going to... I'm so far one side on the political spectrum that it's...
Let's not get into the politics here, but yeah, I'm down. Just wait for me. I'll probably be off at 9.
Good moves.
Okay, if you're off at 9, I'll talk to... Because Katrina and Lacey and Corey and I are going to do it, and if we have a 5th, we'd have an odd number of people, so we'd have good votes.
And I'll be the odd one, too, because I have really weird perspectives and thoughts.
If you'll actually argue, when we played Corey's game, you couldn't argue shit.
Yeah, that's true. Wait, what game did we play? What
Corey's game.
Oh, that's because it's new.
My secret game.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later once we get some patents going and some stuff going. But, I don't do it enough. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at Sly Comics. The Twitter handle is 9to5nerds now. But,
yeah?
Yeah, at Sly Comics. And fucking write us a review on iTunes if you like us. If you don't, keep to yourself. You fucking
trolls.
Yeah. But if you like us, go give us some reviews, man. It actually helps us out. So, at Sly Comics on iTunes, and that's this week's episode of 9to5nerds with Robert Swathwood, Corey Urkel, and Anthony Smith.
Bye.
Cheers.